Welcome back to the SportsMax Zone. LeBron James and the LA Lakers fell to their second loss from as many games in this new NBA season, beaten 103-97 by the Clippers at the Staples Center on Thursday. We have the highlights.
This one's for LA. Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, John Wall, Anthony Davis, Lakers, Clippers, as the NBA's opening week continues. First quarter highlights start with Russell Westbrook and the alley-oop to AD to throw it down and tie things up at 12 apiece. Then Wall making an impact off the bench. The elbow jumper here. Then off the missed three from Russ, Wall grabs the rebound and finds Norman Powell for the three in transition. And the Clippers lead 26-18. With Kawhi coming off the bench as well, here he is with the pull-up jumper. Then getting into the paint and getting the fadeaway to go. And giving the Clippers the 52-36 lead. Russ getting it done defensively, the steal, but the missed layup. But that's why AD's there for the putback. And Kawhi with the miss on the other end leads to LeBron rebounding and the outlet pass to AD for the dunk. The Lakers would end the half on a 20-4 run, and at halftime, the game would be tied at 56 apiece. Unfortunately, a scary moment here, as AD goes for the block on Kawhi and falls hard. The game still tied at 60 apiece at this point, and AD would stay in the game. Here he is from LeBron for three. And as you can see, he weighs off the bench and doesn't want to come out. He would eventually leave the game with a lower back brace, but would return later in the third quarter. Wall to Leonard for three. The Clippers leading 74-65. Then PG with the steal and the slam, putting the Clips up 80-65. LeBron driving for the huge one-handed jam, and unsurprisingly, the crowd, including Jeannie Buss, loving what they're seeing from LBJ in year 20. And the big block on the other end on PG-13, the Lakers on the break. Austin Reeves to Lonnie Walker for the alley-oop jam to give the Lakers the lead, 89-87. More Kawhi in the fourth, fending off two Laker defenders and getting the tough hook shot to go off the glass. Then Wall with another mid-range. This time, PG to Kawhi for the jumper. These two would put the Clippers up 101-95. And the Clippers start the season with a win as the Lakers started 0-2.
The defeat is the second for the Lakers this season, following their opening day loss to the Golden State Warriors. But LeBron, for some reason, isn't perturbed.
When you play the right way, win, lose, or draw, you could be happy about it. And I thought all night we played the right way. We played the way we wanted to play. We defended at a high level. We shared the ball offensively. You can't control when the ball goes in and doesn't go in. So, I think we made another step forward today in our development of continuing to get better and better as a ball club. We have to develop us. We're a new team that's been put together. Obviously, over the offseason, we have some returning guys, but, a lot of new pieces in and a brand new coaching staff as well. So, we want to work, our habits and work with what do we want to become as a team. We are not in a position, fortunate enough, to be able to, worry about other teams right now.
In the meantime, Kawhi Leonard, who returned to action after 16 months out with an injury, an ACL injury, has credited the Clippers' medical team.
Good. We did an amazing job. The Clippers staff just putting together a team for me to get better and come out here quickly. And then I just give it all to them because they matched my motivation of getting back. So that's all you can ask for a group.
Joining us now to discuss this is Alistair Albert, our NBA analyst. Alistair, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Leighton.
Early season form for the Lakers a bit of a worry, isn't it?
Say that again. You're looking forward to?
The early season form of the Lakers is a bit of a worry.
Yes, it is. Well, not really much of a worry, because I think most people probably would have predicted this, especially kind of coming off from last year where they started off 0-2 as well, and kind of we saw how that season actually went off. But it is concerning, of course, for a team that is looking to rebound from the atrocity that was last year and wanting to kind of build better habits and build a better record and better just a better outcome for their season. This is a bit worrying, going up against two title contenders in the West and kind of not really putting their best foot forward. So yeah, it is a bit worrying. LeBron, of course, called out a few deficiencies within the team. I know he tried to sound a little bit, optimistic there. He's trying to do things the right way and hoping that it will continue in that sort of way. But, just by watching these two games, there's a lot of things they need to iron out, and Darvingham better figure these things out really quickly.
Yeah, and it's clear that they do need shooters. Why do you think that never happened in the offseason?
Well, I think, they were saddled by Russell Westbrook's contract, of course. Owing, they're going to be paying him $47 million this year. And, many teams are running away from such an albatross of a contract. And, being able to just kind of create a trade scenario where, a team will be able to take back that sort of salary was really difficult. And, of course, I think most people would have heard during the offseason, there were a few talks about Kyrie Irving coming to the Lakers. And then there was the most likely trade that, everyone seems to have been hearing about Buddy Hield and Miles Turner coming over from Indiana and Russell Westbrook going over there. That's been put on hold as well because of the Lakers' reluctance to put in their two future draft picks, the 2027 and 2029, I think it is. That kind of prevented them from kind of bringing in shooters into the team. So they're left with what they have, and they kind of have to make the best of it. But hopefully, I think as the season goes on and they see the struggles continue, they will have to kind of pull the trigger. And whether or not they include draft picks or not, the team will need to improve.
On the other hand, Kawhi Leonard returning from an ACL injury has to be a big boost for the Clippers, huh?
Definitely, and this is I think you guys will remember the last two seasons, I was really watching the Suns really closely and thinking they would be the ones to kind of come out of the West and do their thing. The Clippers, for me, are my team to watch. They are my team to kind of hopefully really go toe-to-toe with the Golden State Warriors this year. Having a team with Kawhi Leonard back, a two-time Finals MVP, a guy who, whenever I watch him, I just see shades of Michael Jordan in the way he plays, the way he moves on the court and everything. But all the Michael Jordan, like 96 to 98 Jordan, that's what Kawhi looks like to me. But, he's such an impactful player on the team on both ends on the court. And, and he's a major boost to a Clippers team who has really great aspirations. And, Steve Ballmer is a owner who wants to see this team go all the way. And having him on the court will definitely help with that.
Of course, your thoughts on the Clippers, not the Clippers, the 76ers and the Bucks.
Man, the 76ers and the Bucks, the Bucks, I think, of course, are one of the title contending teams in the East. Of course, everyone is looking for the Sixers to be that as well. But, they've also sputtered out of the gate, similar to the Lakers, with an 0-2 start and, not really coming up really well against contending teams also. So I think that the Philadelphia 76ers have, they really need to look at themselves in the mirror. They've kind of put themselves in a position to hopefully be better by doing a few tweaks, bringing in PJ Tucker, bringing in Daniel House. Doc Rivers, I think this is probably the best team he's had since his Celtics days. A team that kind of really mirrors that team in a little bit. So, I think the hot seat is definitely there for Doc Rivers, and I think he needs to really make this team work. I don't think anyone will accept, a flaming out in the first or second round from this team. So, a lot of pressure. Just as the Lakers have pressure, I think the 76ers have a lot of pressure on them as well.
Alistair, way too early to be talking about teams and how they're shaping up for postseason and all that. We know better than to get too serious with that discussion. I think what I want to ask you in the 2 minutes we have left is from a question that has a heavy Caribbean tinge, and it's with DeAndre Ayton. Confessed a few weeks ago that, look, he hasn't been, he's not on speaking terms with his head coach, Monty Williams, at the Suns, and that he still feels as if the franchise doesn't value him based on what he has put out on the floor. I want to ask you about his mindset, and if we could see, we have major trade windows coming up, so teams will look markedly different by the time we are talking about March after the All-Star weekend and so forth. So I'm saying, do you think that DeAndre Ayton, if the environment can be created for him to once again settle with the Suns and to give off his best, or do you think his head is gone and he and his handlers are working to get out of Phoenix?
Head being gone is one thing, and understanding professionalism in this league is another. And I think, coming off this this offer sheet that the Suns had to sign from the Indiana Pacers, and then him being contracted to play for them for the next 4 years, he has to be able to put himself and his mind in gear. And I know it's a really difficult situation. Yeah, he and Monty Williams had a little bit of a little disagreement on the bench the last game against the Mavericks. And he like you said, he confessed they hadn't been on speaking terms until training camp actually started. But DeAndre, I think the Suns have shown how they value him by matching that offer sheet. The offer sheet came in, and within 3 minutes he was actually signed back to the Suns. And it kind of showed that whatever they thought, they not wanting to give him the max extension or whatever it is, that kind of just quickly went away because they brought him back. And it's really left to him to be professional. He has Chris Paul still there, to try to kind of push him on and be on his back to kind of do things he needs to do. And hopefully he just follows through. But I know it's a difficult situation for him. But, as his career continues, it's all an audition. You have to continue to show that you're capable of doing what you need to do. And hopefully he does that.
Yeah, I hope the Bahamian shines in the league this year. The next time I see you, Alister, I'll ask you about John Wall and whether he can rebuild his career and give us something more in the way that Derrick Rose has after the injuries which threatened to wreck one of the best talents we've seen in the NBA in a long, long time. But that's for the next time. We're out of time. All the best to you, my friend.
Peace out.
No problem. See you guys next time.
All right, Alistair Albert, there are NBA analysts. You'll be seeing a lot more of him over the course of the season as the NBA continues. Back with more after these. When we return, we'll talk about netball.